Kerema Coronation Secondary School is situated in the Gulf province of Papua New Guinea. It was established in the late 1960s. The school has a total of 24 academic staff, including 4 non-trained teachers and 3 teacher trainees. The school is expecting a student enrollment of 536 students for 2017. With the government's tuition fee-free program, this number is expected to increase.
We have 536 students this year expected, but due to the demand for quality education, I have parents who are coming in from Kikori and the far west, where they feel that traveling one whole day to get to a secondary school at that end is quite risky for their children. So I'm having an influx. There are also uncertainties about Don Bosco due to issues they were facing last year. So we're expecting a lot of influx of students. We get students also from NCD that do not make the cutoff. They come down here to find spaces. So our numbers most likely will go up to 600.
School principal Linda Kauri told EMTV that the school is one of the oldest in the province and should keep pace with current development trends on par with other schools in the country. However, much of the school's infrastructure was built during the 1960s and have been in use for over 50 years. Currently, these facilities are run down and there are limited numbers of classrooms for student learning. Teacher accommodation is also in short supply.
Big issue now. I have 5 male staff sharing one big house. Some live outside, some are in the transit, our transit that we built to make money for the school. There's a staff there. Last year I had someone sleeping in the dormitory, and I have given my house away also. And 4 are currently from the current community, our local graduates, so they're residing outside, but we'd like them all here. So I am short I have 24 teachers, I have only 13 houses, so I'm quite short by a number of houses, and that's an issue, yes.
Teachers' houses are in a deteriorating state and water supply is not running into their homes. Principal Kauri confirms that housing is a big problem. At the moment, 5 staff are residing outside the school while others are housed in the school's transit and student dormitories. Junior teachers were accommodated at the principal's house while she is housed at the female dormitory.
Our concern is we as a teacher, it's our privilege that all teachers must have each house. Our concern that school or government must, consider this as a problem, and they must address it.
The school's Board of Management has embarked on a complete facelift of the school's infrastructure after soliciting funding from various generous stakeholders. Between 2011 and 2016, more than 6 million kina was used to carry out the infrastructure development of the school.
At my background, I've got the new 6-block classroom, which was funded by our provincial governor, Honorable Havila Kawo, and a 4-block classroom. Those are the new infrastructure. Those were the 2 classrooms funded by the governor through his PSIP funds at a cost of almost 5.6 million. And today we've got these 2 new infrastructure standing, which the 4th block is now being occupied by the grade 10s. I would like to say thank you to Governor. And the 6th block is yet to be opened. We just got the premises in recently, and we will officially open it this year.
Under this budget appropriation, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill committed 2 million kina together with 3.6 million kina PSIP allocated by Gulf Governor Avila Cavo.
The next funding, the commitment was from our Honorable Prime Minister, Peter O'Neill. That's 2 million kina, that was his commitment, which we built the two new 80-person dormitory, one for boys and one for girls, with the new ablution, together with the new ablution block. And the governor also again assisted with 1.6 million from his PSIP funds. So those are the infrastructures that were put up in the school.
These funds were used to build new boys and girls dormitories and adjoining ablution blocks. However, the old dormitories still need maintenance to accommodate around 380 boarding students. Another lot of funding of 200,000 kina given by the Gulf provincial government saw the renovation of the school's administration block at a cost of 196,000 kina. Staff are currently using the building for official duties and the upgrading of the school's computer laboratory at a cost of 200,000 kina.
Administration block for the school, it's an old administration block, and the funding came from the Gulf provincial government through Education Division at a cost of 196,000, which we completed the fully renovated administration block. 200,000 still from the provincial government through Education Division. We fully completed and renovated the IT lab and 3-unit bedroom house for the staff.
Apart from that, former Prime Minister Sir Michael Somare committed 150,000 kina, which was used to upgrade and convert an old practical skills building into staff housing. An additional commitment of 400,000 kina by member for Kerema Open Richard Mendani, of which 200,000 kina was used to purchase 60 computers and 151,000 kina used to purchase furniture for the newly constructed 6-block classroom and 42,000 kina used for the school administration.
Member for Kerema Open, from his DSIP fund, he committed almost about 400,000. The first 200,000, which 65,000, we purchased 20 computers, new computers for our IT lab. Member also committed another 193,000 again, which 151,000, we purchased the full furnitures for the 6-block classroom, and 42,000 was used for the school administration.
Other infrastructure are yet to be upgraded and built. These include teachers' houses, a new library and a science laboratory. Meanwhile, the academic performance of Kerema Secondary School looks promising, with enough academic staff to teach students unlike other schools in the province. Deputy Principal Academic Jeffrey Viamba explains how the academic board assesses students' performances.
From last year, I noted that the grade 9s were really struggling with mathematics. And that is one of my challenges, and I had to try to look around for reasons why that happened. And one of the reasons I believe I should try to invite, by way of having some things that can attract, specialist teachers in mathematics. And I guess mathematics is a very challenging subject, not only here in my school, but throughout the country. So mathematics is the subject that they're really struggling, and I feel we also should try to ensure that there are activities that will encourage them to try to put more time into studying mathematics. Other subjects, they're okay.
The geological location of the school is a challenging factor in providing quality education in the province. Kerema Coronation Secondary has enrolled students from distant schools in the province, including those who cannot make it in grade 11 in National Capital District schools. For example, these students from the remote Bemai school in Kikori were selected to do their grades 9 and 10 there. They spoke about some of the challenges they faced while traveling to Kerema Coronation Secondary to be educated.
Me Bloman then me grade 8 lo Kandipa Primary School. Na also select me lo Kerema Coronation High School. Interest to me come. Me work about 2 days. Me come sleep lo na me okay. Test Wednesday me play come up long here.
I start with my school and miss new struggle, lo side lo education for me. Me struggle go, me start hard. Na me work exam na me pass na me can lo work 11, 12 lo me.
Even though road and long pla road, but me broke wara big pla mountain. Na me walk about me sleep 3 pla night lo road na me come up lo Kerema. Me got interest locally this last school, so even though no got enough learning facility, but me got interest so me come.
Misena wansa mo garas la pikinini modlo mountain antablo Kantiba area in Chalogar province. This lab no got sebesi golonem. Gaman sebesi no go to this lab. Lo site lo health and education. All this line they have been all been left out. Lo missing out plenty government services lab. Lo site education na ba mi tok osem. Now misena wansa mo garas la pikinini they are all selected to come to Kerema Secondary School, lo making grade 9 and grade 11 banol. So me as a chairman, me been walk hard through. Lo come up in Mr. School, lo change him status to school from high school to secondary.
Principal Linda Cowrie said the school has become a secondary school and there has to be a massive input of infrastructure development. Ms. Cowrie, while addressing the parents during a PNC meeting, said the cost of building a new science laboratory would be 1.8 million kina.
As a changeover into a secondary status, there needs to be a massive input of infrastructure development. You're talking about science that includes physics, chemistry, and biology. And when that comes in, there needs to be dialogue between the school, the education division, the provincial government, to have that in place as soon as possible. We haven't got that yet, and I expect that to happen from those concerned. Yes, but we're not going to wait for them till they get that ready. We're already moving ahead to establish our science lab on our own. We want to go the extra mile, find funding and get that laboratory up.
PNC Chairman Michael Maravilla told parents to develop a positive mindset to bring changes to the school.
You and I take ownership together to bring our children out, to qualify them to receive that grade 12 certificate at the end of the academic year of 2017. The challenge is on teachers, and equally the challenge is on parents, guardians, and citizens. So for that matter, we all need to cooperate, understand our weaknesses, but build on our strength and move forward.
Parents were urged to take ownership by raising funds for a new science lab for grade 12s to the tune of 1.8 million kina. The immediate need to construct the school's new science laboratory was the reason parents and teachers have agreed for students to pay project fees. Parents have unanimously agreed to pay an amount of 550 kina for the boarding students and 425 kina for the day students. Under these fees breakups, 300 kina for the new science laboratory, 100 kina for maintenance works, NTQ training allowances 50 kina, and transport and sick runs 50 kina. Principal Cowrie said the TFF component would not adequately cater for this year's student population of 515, Rather, it will be based on last year's student enrollment of 460.
I have a difference of almost 100, 200 students. And if TFF, according to the secretary who looks after TFF, is that it's based on last year's data, then I have a problem with having to fork up money for 200 extra students. And I need to get money from some source. So most likely I'm going for at least parental contribution to sustain that extra 200 students.
The school's Board of Management has embarked on converting a classroom temporarily into a science lab to use until funds are solicited to construct a new laboratory, according to Board of Management Chairman Eddie Solomon. The science laboratory furniture fittings would cost 275,000 kina, as according to quotations obtained from Pentrade. The Kerema Division of Education has committed 80,000 kina, which the Board of Management is utilizing to organize a corporate dinner on the 23rd of February at Holiday Inn in Port Moresby. Kerema Division of Education Director Joshua Ivey told parents that they are lucky to have the secondary school, which the government has been adamant to support. However, resources are limited.
Okay, that this school is now a secondary school. What it needs now is all of us, our contribution to make this happen. Let me tell you, the government has a lot of support for this school. This government's result, 6 block, 4 block. One of these dormitories is built by Governor's PSIP. 2 million for one of those dormitories. Prime Minister only gave us 2 million. One of these dormitories built by Governor's PSIP. The dormitories maintained in your Governor's PSIP. The staff room maintained this government. This government is adamant to change this school. But there are a lot of needs and wants, but the resources are limited.
He challenged teachers to be committed and for the board to be transparent and accountable with funding by putting it to good use.
The Highlands Highway runs through 8 Highlands provinces, making it one of the most used transport infrastructure in Papua New Guinea that generates a sizable chunk of revenue for the national budget. Yet it is an asset that has not received the kind of funding it should have over the last 40 years. Last month, an important section along the Simbu stretch of the highway collapsed, cutting off traffic for close to a week. While it took several days for the arms of government responsible to make a decision and to mobilize resources to clear the highway, the road was reopened. Chairman of the Road Transport Association and transport company owner Jacob Luke facilitated negotiations with local landowners and paid 100,000 kina to have the road reopened. While his actions were commended, there were mixed reactions from all sides. While the government released a statement discouraging payments to landowners, the opposition had its own views that demanded attention from the government.
We would have expected that governments in the past would have enacted stronger laws to hold these people responsible, but yet again we see that every time we wait for something to happen before we react.
In Leh, the impact of the landslips along the Highlands Highway had become obvious over the course of the week. JTI Investments, a Papua New Guinean trucking business that had already been suffering from the high maintenance costs caused largely by bad road conditions, expressed disappointment over the long delays.
Cargo basically mibla Karim Lenema with JT Investment is we come from Enga. Mibla Kamla Engana. Pogara mine is operating in Enga, so mibla major contractor belong Pogara mine where we supply all the mine logistics. So at a moment where mibla nogan road access, ogara mine supply belong Pogara mibla kibim leia, some stranded road again. At the same time, mibla got contract one them all hardware house long again all of islands and Meding and Leh. So some load belong all hardware house, mibla still kibim medleia. Now some stranded long up long Chimbuna and all stop yet. Mibla no moving yet. So drivers mibla moving more loud na trucks one them load stop yet long Kundiawa. Where mibla no sabe one time mibla barosimlen. Still bill belong storage may go on up yet.
For small businesses like JTA, any delay can potentially kill revenue flows and force the company to lay off people. While work began on the Highlands Highway to clear the blockage, the week-long delay had exposed long-standing concerns by trucking companies operating out of Leh City. For JTI, the costs of keeping their trucks on the Highlands Highway had risen significantly since 2000. The wear and tear per vehicle after every trip on average adds up to anything between 20,000 and 120,000 kina.
One black arm background, all hard loronim, even all get car background, and more stuff. Kind of similar JT. We black at the plenty car, so time one black arm go road and come down. One black trip come back, and big la background come up because do long road problem before more lately. Now so time one black arm quant up, damage no come in, se come stop, or you miss a fix him until me plus straight more right, all get the parts me fix him, or replace him, black arm, and road no quant up again.
These are costs that can easily cripple a business in the long term. On the neighboring allotment, another transport company expressed the same sentiments. Trisa Transport, a company that has become one of many Papua New Guinean-owned companies synonymous with large transportation along the Highlands Highway, is being burdened by increasing costs. The chief executive, Mupma Pita, says the transport business in Papua New Guinea cannot continue to function and expect to continue to make a profit under the current conditions.
It's killing us. Killing us. We're not making big money so that we can benefit ourselves, but the small amount of money or cargo which we carry, they pay a little bit of money. But because of Highlands Highway is really, it's completely out of control, number one. Another one, portal from Leh all the way to Highlands provinces. Landslide is really affecting us. We can't, it's hard for us to cheap cargo there. Customers complain to us. One truck is 10 over because of this portal there. We lost everything. Truck, tank, or general cargo, everything we lost. So far we lost this year only, this year. We lost 2 trucks.
This is a problem and black face him every time. Every time, you know, Chimbutasol. Ogarab road blockade, Ogarab road bagarab. But government must pay him if plant big money, go inside Lodisla main major highway where plenty money inside Lodisla, Kadri benefit land. Because by that time, this main highway bagarap na problem time, ibla ogara affected Lodisla. So as government of the day, whoever's running the country must concentrate too much law, give him a big fire to go along Highlands Highway. Side maintenance na road must stop ogara time, save long, mibla as a trucking company, mibla can run safe, mibla can move him all cargo good.